Thank you for joining me for today's session of Fab Friday. Our topic for today is how to annotate a PDF and save it to Google Drive using a program called Cami. Now, I have created a document that will help you a little bit with this program and give you some instructions about what we're doing today. And if you would like to go to that document, you can go to goo.gl/B, capital C, capital B, capital Q, 80. And the last two letters are numbers, 80. The first thing that we have to do today is go to the Google Chrome store and download an application called Cami. There is also an extension of which I also use and do have on my computer. And right up here, this is the icon for Cami. Today we're just going to focus on the application Cami though, and not the extension. So the first thing we need to do is go to the Chrome store. If you've gotten to this document, there's a link right here where you can click, and you can click on it and it will take you to the Chrome store. Once we get to the Chrome store, then we need to go up here where it says search the store, and we type in K-A-M-I, Cami. Now, Cami used to be called Notable PDF, so you'll often see this Cami, formerly Notable PDF. Now, up here we have the applications. Down here we have the extensions. What we're working with today is the application that will allow me to look at PDFs that have been saved to my Google Drive within this program. And so, if you don't already have it, you should have a blue icon here saying add it to Chrome. If you already have it, you'll have a green button like I do that says rate it. So if you need to, go ahead and click on it and add it to Chrome. Once it has been added to Chrome, you will be able then to go to your drive. Again, there are numerous ways to get to Drive. One of them is just to type in drive.google.com. You could use if you have this button showing in your button bookmarks toolbar, you can click on the apps button. Or if you're inside Gmail or something else and you have this button right here, you can click on it and get to Drive also. I have saved some documents to use today inside a folder here on in my drive called Cami for Fab Friday. And I'm going to bring up this digital citizenship PDF. When I click on it, I get this black screen inside Google Drive, and that's perfectly okay. That's what I expected it to do. But up here I have an open, and when I click on this little tiny arrow right beside it, it gives me options. The first one is saying is what I could open it up in these different options on my computer. Well, I don't want to do that. I want to come down here and I want to find Cami. Now you'll notice I have a whole bunch of them, but Cami is the one that I want to use today. And if you have installed the app, you should also see Cami. So I'm going to click on that. And now it's going to open it up. If it's the first time that you've gone in here, it may ask you to log in with your Google login and ask you to accept certain things that it wants to do. And in order to use the program, you do have to do that. You would have to accept all the different things it wants to access. So now I'm loading up my document from Google Drive. So the first thing I want you to know is that this particular icon right here is called the Select tool. And if I click on the Select tool, I can come over here and I can select any text that I want. If I get more than what I want, I can just click away and then come back, okay? Now, I can use the keyboard commands on my computer, or I could go up here to the top of my screen where it says Edit, and I can do a copy. I can use my keyboard commands. For me, I'm on a Mac, it would be Command C. If I were on a PC, it would be Control C. Now I can go to a new Google Doc and I can do Command V, and I can paste my text. It's not formatted very pretty. I will have to make some adjustments, but I can copy and paste any of the words that are in my PDF document. So if I go back to here and say I want inappropriate etiquette and I want strategies, I can come over here and I can highlight them. I can do that again, Command C, and then go to my document, get a new space, and do Command V. So I can copy and paste out of my document that I have in my document. I can come over here and I rest my cursor on each one of these, and this will say highlight mode. If I then click on it, it will give me the different colors in which I can highlight in. I'm going to pick this pretty pink color. And now when I come over here and start highlighting, when I click away from it, it should be pink. If I want to do strike through, that would be the next one. Again, it will give me the choice of colors. I'll make it yellow this time. And if I highlight this, now I will have strike through. If I would like to underline, I can come here. And now when I highlight, now if you make a mistake, as I just did, I got too much. I don't want all of that to be strike through. All I have to do is rest my cursor on this and I hit the X and it will remove all of that. Now I can go back and I still have underline and I can be very careful that I only get what I want, and that will underline it. Some of the other choices I have include a comment mode, and if I do this, I can pick a color, and I would like to comment. I'm going to get rid of that one because I got too much. I just want to comment on communication, and it will now give me a place to add my comment. And it highlighted it that purple color, and that's where the comment is at. If I click on text tool, this would be the color of my text. I can click anywhere and I can add text. Now, if I decide that I want my text to be a different size, again, I can click on it. I could change the color, and here I can change the size. I can also use this little X right here to move it around. I can put it anywhere I want. I can change the size of the text box, etc. This one is just draw, and what I can do with it is once I get it, again, I can pick my color, and it will simply let me draw anything that I would like. The next two are premium, the shape mode and the add a signature. Sign a document, you must upgrade to premium in order to be able to use those. So that we're not going to deal with those today. Now, I'm all done with my document. I have it all annotated the way I want it, and I want to save it. So now I'm going to go up here. I could just print it, or I could print it and save it as another PDF. But if I go here to the icon with the down arrow, it says export file. I'm going to click on that. I can choose to export it to my computer or to Google Drive. The things that are gold are the things I am choosing. So if I click on my computer, it will turn gold. If I click to Google Drive, it will turn gold. I can do the original with no annotations, or I can do annotations on top. And I click and I say begin export. And it's going to automatically save it back to my Google Drive in exactly the same folder that I had it in before. So if I click here and say go to Google Drive to where it needs. So here I have digital citizenship export PDF. And if I open that up, I would see it's going to open up. And in order to see my annotations, etc., I am going to have to open it with Cami again. So I'll have to go up here and say open with Cami. and I will be able to see my annotations. So a couple of the greatest uses for this, I think, are one, the ability to be able to copy and paste text out of PDFs and to be able to move that to any document I might like is very helpful. And if you're reading a study or a document that you want to mark up, again, you have all of these tools in which you can do that with. Also, if you would like to see the different pages of your document, you can go up here to this icon and it will show you all the different pages that you have in your document. So I hope that you'll enjoy using Kami, and thank you very much for being with me today. Are there any questions?